Hey guys, my name is Connor Bonney and you are watching The Combatant. Today we're going to continue our Filipino focus and dive into the world of Kali. Kali, or arnis as it's known throughout the Eastern world, is a weapon-based martial art that was developed in the Philippines hundreds of years ago. The primary focus of Kali is to learn how to wield the deadly kris. The kris, as seen here, is a double-edged short sword with a tapering wave blade. The tapered blade acts like an elongated spear point, making it easy both to strike and to retract, while the oscillating wave pattern acts like a double-edged saw, ripping open wounds and making them very hard to close or heal. All Kali swords were kept short, like the machetes of South and Central America, because they not only functioned as farming tools, but also the vegetation of the islands was so dense that long swords and projectile weapons simply weren't an option. Modern practitioners, however, use a pair of rattan sticks called eskrima. This trend began when the Spanish outlawed the use of swords by the native Filipinos, and so in order to practice their martial art, they turned to sticks. Today there's primarily 6 different aspects of Kali: dual sword wielding, single sword wielding, dual knife wielding, single knife wielding, knife and sword combination, and unarmed striking. Over the next few videos, we're going to learn some techniques from each one of these different aspects. So without further ado, let's jump right into the basic striking patterns of Kali. To begin, we're going to learn a basic 8-strike pattern. Now, obviously, there are an infinite number of attack angles. Most Kali schools will utilize a certain count system to make practice easier. Different schools utilize different count patterns, ranging from 4 all the way up to 72. But for us, we're going to use an 8-strike pattern, both to keep it simple and just to get the feel of using the eskrima. Since we're focusing solely on the upper body right now, our feet should be about shoulder width apart, and we should be nicely centered with our weight. When holding the eskrima, we want to leave about 3 to 4 inches protruding from behind our fists. This is called the pummel, or batang, and will be later used either to strike an enemy, to disarm, or simply to lock. For positioning, we want to rest the eskrima of the dominant hand on our shoulder as we chamber the second one across our body as if we were holding a sword that was in a sheath. I'm not going to show it in this video. It's important when you're practicing this at home to switch hands so that both hands can become accustomed to using the eskrima. The first strike, using your dominant hand, you strike the attacker's temple. Notice how a lot of the motion comes from my wrist and not too much from my arm. Second strike is to strike the other temple by simply rolling my wrist over. Then the 2 most common strikes, known as the cross cuts, go from the attacker's clavicle all the way down to their hip, starting on the right side and finishing on the left side. The next 2 strike the attacker's legs to slow them down or to cripple them, one side and another side. For the 7th strike, we're actually going to chamber the weapon slightly and bring it forward as a thrust to the opponent's stomach. For the final strike, we're going to raise the eskrima high and bring it straight down on top of the opponent's head, or crown. With Kali motions, there's typically a 6-step pattern that we utilize. Notice that while I'm moving, I'm sliding my feet, but keeping my weight relatively centered. This not only gives an illusion of movement, but also allows me to transfer weight quickly should I need to. The first step then, we shift our weight onto our right foot and slide our left foot on a diagonal forward. For the second, we move that back, replace our weight onto the left foot, and slide our right foot on the diagonal forward. Again, moving back, centering, we slide our left foot straight to the side for the third, and slide our right straight to the side for the 4th. For the 5th and 6th, we go on a diagonal backwards, moving our weight forward and touching back, forward and touching back. This is the basic 6-step pattern of Kali. Now, putting everything we've learned together, adding the feet and the hands at the same time, we have strike 1, strike 2, cross strike 3, strike 4, strike 5, strike 6. For strike 7, with the thrust, we actually take a step forward to close the distance. For strike 8, we bring our feet together to get the power to come down. Taking another look at everything we've learned, up to speed, with the help of Dio. No sign of the morning coming. You've been left on your own, like a rainbow in the dark. A rainbow in the dark. Well guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Over the next few videos, we're going to be taking a much more in-depth look at Kali, learning both single wielding, dual wielding, knife and sword techniques, as well as some unarmed striking. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section down below. Otherwise, my name is Connor, and I'll see you next time.